and the citation for the degree of Doctoratus in Litteris will be read by Dr. Kelly Fitzgerald.
Las Uachtarán í úsal agus a cáid go leor. Fáilte mhór riamh fad go dtí a cáid in taca seo. And really, this is just an amazing, wonderful occasion. I suppose, being the last to read the citation, I've become quite emotionally welled up already. So I do welcome our Deputy President, our honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, as well, for this event. In recognition of his outstanding achievements as one of Ireland's greatest musicians, cultural innovators, and an outright outstanding artist in the creative field, University College Dublin is proud to honour the exceptional career of Andy Irvine. His presence has had an impact on this island and further afield for the past 6 decades. Andy has played a seminal role in the incorporation of a number of musical genres and in the creation of this popular music based in and influenced by so many elements from the world of folk and traditional music. A wise man once said, "Nothing gives the illusion of permanence like tradition." When one experiences an aspect of intangible culture, they immediately either accept it as familiar and part of a known repository that is already established, or else it is labeled as other, different, or perhaps even exotic. Most noted, perhaps, of Andy Irvine's many musical talents is his instinctive ability to integrate innovative elements into the world of tradition. This he continues to achieve in a manner whereby his audience is at once at ease and receptive, as if this has always been the practice. He was not dismissive of previous traditions, but found an approach to build on what had gone before, while at the same time keeping the integrity to the core and alive. Where are the beginnings of such a man, and does that knowledge allow us to understand better how he was so well placed to colour our oral landscape? Andy was born in St. John's Wood in London in 1942. He was welcomed into a bombed city in the midst of World War II, and one can only imagine, and unfortunately it is not very difficult for us to imagine today, the London of this time, where the streets are filled with British and Allied servicemen in the mix with civilians. They were all doing their part for the war effort, which required an extraordinary behavior in order for the ordinary to subsist and endure. Coming from a musical family of Irish and Scottish descent, Andy was to develop his love of performing as a child in television and film. Like many people of his generation, including members of the Beatles, Andy became involved with the skiffle band revival in Britain in the late 1950s, drawing on American folk music, blues, and jazz. In my own fieldwork in London, I have interviewed men in particular in their late 70s and 80s now that reflect on their own skiffle band participation as one of their happiest moments in life due to the approach to the music and the freedom they felt from coming together and playing in a way that allowed them an absolute and total release. The impact of Woody Guthrie was felt by many people in Britain and beyond at this time, and again, Andy Irvine brought influences such as this to another level. Something we must not forget is the importance of incorporating social justice and the desire to help the ordinary man and woman with their own daily life, and this is something that remains constant in Andy's work. As this transnational folk movement brewed in Britain and across into the United States, Ireland had its own parallel cultural developments, in particular the collecting work around this island. It was in 1962 that Andy Irvine came to Dublin, and we can view this as an edifying moment that was to have cultural repercussions for years to come. His arrival can be seen as adding something other to create a perfect cultural storm. It would not be amiss to mention that, of course, 1962 is the year Gay Byrne presented the first edition of the Late Late Show on RTE. Ireland was ready for change, for something new. The sheer physical materiality of musical instruments that Andy brought to Ireland after his travels, most often referred to in popular memory, of course, as the Greek bouzouki, was revolutionary. A moment for the history books here is when Donal Lunny discovered the bouzouki under a pile of instruments in Andy's flat. And after he was playing it for so long, Andy eventually told him to take it home with him. And of course, the rest is in the chronicles of traditional music. Irish society was moving into a time when the transmission of music was becoming more and more professionalized and managed in a way where it became possible to make a living from it due to album sales and concert tours. Young people were hungry for new experiences and were open to novel encounters. Irvine's musical partnerships with Donald Lunny, Christy Moore, and Liam O'Flynn as Plangsty can be seen as a groundbreaking moment that progressed and popularized Irish folk music, which expanded the imaginative frontiers of what could be referred to as traditional music. The ability to bring this dynamic approach to the field is a testament to the truly collaborative interactions amongst the members of Plangsty, all of whom are highly revered for their involvement in the band and for their solo efforts and further bands. Another landmark collaboration occurred when Andy Irvine partnered with Paul Brady on their seminal recording in 1976. This is often affectionately referred to as the Purple Album, when people speak of their all-time favorite album at the time of what might be called a renaissance in Irish traditional music. I was always particularly drawn to Irvine's influences, which are included on the recording, and some of them came from Sam Henry's Song of the People. The impact of earlier collections shone through, but Irvine and Brady together allowed older tunes to emerge while giving a fresh and renewed musical spirit. Art and the making of art should serve to quiet the mind and open the heart. The combination of heart and mind that music and song allows is the essence of any art form. When it comes to Irvine's playing, this recognition is the foundation of what he is drawn to in creating his repertoire. And always, social justice is not far behind. He engages deeply with a curiosity of the lived life, where love is sought and experienced while also being dismissed and embittered. A core strand of UCD's current strategic plan is concerned with empowering humanity. Engaging with the creative arts at its most fundamental levels will ensure it is integrated into the community and society. The aesthetic qualities found in folk songs cut right to the quip on human behavior. Our stories of love, loss, and betrayal will continue on as long as humans inhabit this earth. In UCD, our cultural collections reflect the people, in particular the Franciscan collections in the UCD archives, and of course the National Folklore Collection. And through such repositories, we are able to examine the human condition in its very raw state. Hopes, dreams, as well as fears and anxieties are laid bare. In all of Andy's innovations, his outpouring of music and song has not deviated from examining the human occurrences that lie at the foundation of life. Throughout his extraordinary career, Irvine has remained an accomplished singer, storyteller, and commentator of music and songs. He may be referred to as enjoying the life of a precariat bohemian, but all too often such perceptions allow society to diminish the role of the artist. Let us envision a world that recognizes and values the importance of our artists and the wealth they endow on a flourishing democracy and impartial society. The skillful maestro, Andy Irvine, truly merits this recognition from UCD, as he has made and continues to make music and song catalysts for change in society. Pro honor arabis pro pracies totaque universitatis. Presento vobis hunc milim filium cam sciu tam moribus cum doctrina habilium ad idionem esse qui admittia honorarius causa et gradum doctorius illitrius ider tibi fide me testor expandeu tacti academiae.
Ego auctoritate mea concessa, admitto te ad gradum doctoratus in litteris honoris causa.
50 years, Andy Irvine has been a leading innovator in Irish music. We love him for his willingness to relentlessly expand the boundaries of musical technique and form. He's also a compelling storyteller through the medium of song. Andy's approach to folk music is outward-looking and inclusive, always seeking to connect with the music of other European cultures. His ability to combine tradition, musical innovation, and social conscience marks him out as an outstanding Irish folk musician. Tonight, he is joined by one of his great musical collaborators, the great Donald Lunny. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Andy Irvine and Donald Lunny.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's good. Thank you very much, everybody. That sounds good. Yeah. Well, it's a wonderful pleasure to be here. And we're going to start off with a song which is from the very beginning of my career, really. In 1962, I discovered a pub called O'Donoghue's, 15 Marion Road, Dublin 2, telephone 62807. And I didn't leave it until I was sure that I had fulfilled my apprenticeship. This is a song that I wrote about those days. It's called O'Donoghue's.
Yep.
It was August 1962 when I first set foot in O'Donoghue's. A world of music, friends and booze opened up before me. I never could have guessed as I walked through the door just what the future had in store. A crossroads for my life I saw lying there before me. Well, I was an actor, I played straight, I played in the Gaiety, played at the gate. My 1928 was growing on before me. My mother in 1928 did the night-a-lee-dum-doo, night-a-lee-dum-dum-dum-doo, night-a-lee-dee-dum-dum. It was August 1962 when I first set foot in O'Donoghue's. A world of music, friends and booze hastening towards me. I never could have guessed as I walked through the door just what the future had in store. A blueprint for my life I saw lying there before me. Well, I was an actor, I played straight, I played in the Gaiety, played at the gate. My mother in 1928 had trod those boards before me. I was getting tired of the company, an actor's life did not suit me. I said goodbye, you'll never see me back here in Neary's. Johnny Moynihan in his fusty coat was the first to play there in Marion Row. He brought the bouzouki to Ireland, you know. Way storm along, John. Paddy and Maureen O'Donoghue, Kieran Burke, Luke Cranny, Rodrigo, and me and you in the early 1960s. Well, Paddy and Maureen, very, very sound, but they liked to camp on the moral high ground. You had long hair, you were outward bound. Go down, you blood-red roses. Ronnie Drew in his fine suit of blue and a voice like gravel that would cut you in two. We thought he was Dublin through and through, but he blew in from Dunleary. Joe Ryan and John Kelly in the front bar, their fiddles up from the County Clare. Joe Heaney sings in the cold night air in the laneway after closing. Our sea shanties in perfect tune, and Seamus Ennis in the afternoon. It was all over much too soon. Days of wine and roses. Well, Banjo Barney calling a tune. Mary Jordan's who is on the spoons. Up the Swanee and down the Broom. Barney's rising to it. They carry him bodily out to the jacks. He empties his bladder and they carry him back. He swallows his pint and he's right back on track. How the fuck does he do it? Any afternoon you might find there Luke Kelly and his banjo and his red hair. Oh, what times, what an atmosphere. What more could a world wish for? When I can play a Dave Smith never short of a witty phrase. Sonny Brogan loved the way he plays. Ted McKenna gone across the day. Italian mandolinos. At closing time we didn't go far, just down the road to the Pike Coffee Bar. The usual suspects, there you are. Have yous now homes to go to? Putting up a note on the message board. Sweeney's men have a gig, oh Lord. We have to meet at 12 o'clock for the journey down to Galway. But the Sweeney van broke down at the door and we didn't get started till 4:15 to the merry tune of the Dolan snore. Haul away me Rosie. It all came to an end in 68. The rest of the world was lying in wait when I started out for a new landscape. Set sail for the Pyrenean Mountains from the old North Wall. Sailed away and all me friends were there on the quay. Won't be back for many's a day, but it was bloody great while it lasted. It was August 1962 when I first set foot in O'Donoghue's. A world of music, friends and booze hastening towards me. I never could have guessed at the walk through the door just what the music's in store. A blueprint for my life I saw lying there before me. Thank you very much. Well, I remembered most of it anyway. But, well, this is a song I learned from two great singers from County Antrim, Len Graham and Joe Holmes. And
check the mandola. Yeah.
my mother came from County Antrim, so I always felt I had a connection to these songs. And this is a song where the boy thinks he's found the girl of his dreams, but she has actually found the boy of her financial dreams. Okay?
Yep.
Of pleasure, give ear unto these lines I write. I own I In rambling I take great delight. I cast my mind on a handsome girl, and oftentimes she does me slight. My mind is never easy, except when my true love is in my sight. Down by yon flowery gardens, where me and my true love do meet, I took her in my arms, and unto her gave it sweet. She bade me take love easy, just as the leaves fall from the tree. But I, being young and foolish, with my own true love I did not agree. The second time I met my love, I thought that her heart was surely mine. But as the season changes, my darling girl has changed her mind. Gold is the root of evil, although it bears a glistening hue. Causes many's the lad and the lass to part, though their hearts like mine, yeah, so true. I wish I was in Belfast town, and my true love along with me, and money in my pocket to keep us in good company. Liquor to be plenty, a flowing glass on every side. Hard fortune would ne'er daunt me, for I am young and the world is wide. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Irvine and Donald Lunny.